Copyright disclaimer. While watching the Rebel Calls expose on the new song by The Kiss of LIFE, entitled MIDIS Touch, I was prompted by the Ruach HaKodesh to check upon this thing. They're blatantly flashing things upon our faces like that big serpent or the dragon. And their mythology, their GODs. Without further ado, this is what I found. According to Greeka.com, Midas is a sovereign in the Greek mythology that was given a power to turn things into gold.
At his lightest touch, the palace walls transformed. Stone statues shone, and goblets glittered.
But what caught my attention was the phrase, slaves of our own desires. It reminded me of the one I had shared before, the K-pop that had made a video on Dionysus. It reminded me of how they were putting spells on the audience into being drunk and indulging in lustful desires. It's only now that I saw that it was rendition by Stray Kids, showing it's not about the artist but it's more about the song they're spelling. Flashing the 666 sign, these witches, warlocks are working overtime. Coincidences are not accidental.
Unsurprisingly,
He, referring to Midas.
Unsurprisingly, he felt an affinity with Dionysus, god of wine, carnival, and performance.
Hence, they are connected.
Midas discovered a satyr, dozing in his rose garden, and drunk on more than the scent of flowers. Midas recognized the satyr as one of Dionysus's followers, and let him nurse his hangover at
The Baphomet, BAN.
Pleased with the king's hospitality, Dionysus offered to grant him one wish. Midas cast a greedy eye over his surroundings. His life, he thought, was lacking luster. What he needed was more gold. The god sent the power to turn anything the king touched to gold, surging through Midas.
Promoting avarice, lust, making everything gold, but it will backfire on him. For even his own daughter, he had turned into gold accidentally. Horrified, he had asked back Dionysus to take back the power that he had given him.
But just a few weeks later, Midas blundered again, insulting the music and sun god Apollo when he declared Pan a greater musician. Apollo scornfully declared that the king must have the ears of an ass to make such a misjudgment, and transformed Midas accordingly.
Returning to the topic at hand, according to otimonline.com, kiss originated from Old English kisan, to touch with the lips in respect, reverence. From Old Norse kisa, I have checked if there's mighty one or god with this, the bar. At this time, found nothing. Move forward to LFIE, originating from the Old English LIF, animated corporeal existence. From the Old Norse LIF, that means body. Then found this LIF from Britannica Kids, that it is from the Old Norse mythology. LIF, Brazil. Spelled LIFE 2. They are said to be the couple that will survive the Ragnarok or the Cataclysm.
The result of the war will be that Thor and Odin and most of the gods will die, and the dragons will release the fire that will destroy all life on Earth. But that's not the end. Things will start again with a new race. A new world will emerge from the depths of the seas. The first two mortals, a woman and a man, will be named Lif and Lithrasa and will repopulate the Earth.
This Ragnarok thing seemed to be the what we call Apocalypse, their inverted version of it.
The Ragnarok establishes a series of signs that will eventually define the end of time. A red rooster named Thora will warn the giants that the Ragnarok has begun. A second rooster will warn all the dead that the beginning of the end of the world has started. Finally, a third red rooster, named Gullinkambi, a rooster that lives in Valhalla, a majestic hall in Asgard, will warn all the gods of the beginning of the end. The god Heimdall will use his trumpet to sing a specific tone that will be heard in Valhalla,
Valhalla, what they call Heaven.
and this will bring the dead back to life and they will march to the realm called Vigrid, where the final battle will take place. The seas will be torn apart, and the serpent of the world, named Jormungand, a serpent so large that it surrounds the earth and catches its tail, will rise from the depths of the oceans to join the battle.
Armageddon, the dragon being taken out of the pit of Gehinnom.
Story, Loki tricked the blind god of winter, Hod, an action that led to the death of the god Balder, the son of the goddess Frigg and the god Odin. For this reason, he was punished and thrown on a rock where he would remain tied, until Ragnarok, the end of the world, came.
This Loki sounds more like Azazel in the book of Hanuk, in chapter 10. Again, Yahuwah said to Raphael, "Bind Azazel, hand and foot, cast him into the darkness, make an opening in the desert that is into the hell, cast him in there, place upon him rough jagged rocks, cover him with darkness, let him abide there forever, cover his face that he may not see, or light. On the Yom Hadin he shall be cast into the Ish, fire." Isn't it intriguing, fascinating that they're pushing all these mythologies onto our faces through their songs? They're blatantly, brazenly telling us that these things are real, that the book of Hanuk is real. Another book that Hanuk wrote for his Ben Methuselah, for those who will come after him, keep the Torah in last Yamim. You who have done Tov shall wait, for those Yamim till an end is made of those who work evil, and an end of the might of the transgressors. Wait indeed till Chet has passed away, for their Shemot shall be blotted out of the book of Chai, Sefer HaChaim, out of the Kodesh books. Their Zerah, seed, shall be destroyed forever, their Ruachot shall be slain. They shall cry and make lamentation in a place that is a wilderness of confusion. In the fire they shall burn, for there is no land there. In verse 12, I will bring forth in shining light those who have loved my Kodesh Shem. I will seat each on the throne of his honor. They shall be resplendent for generations without number, for righteousness is the judgment of Elohim. For to the trustworthy he will bestow trustworthiness in the dwelling of upright paths. They shall see those who were born in darkness led into darkness, while the righteous shall be resplendent. Resplendent, shining brilliantly, characterized by glowing splendor. That moment when we get our incorruptible bodies. Verse 15, the Chotaim shall cry aloud, see them resplendent. They indeed will go where Yamim Moedim are prescribed for them. Hallelujah. Let the Shem of Yahuwah be proclaimed and be exalted through the Shem of Yahushua HaMashiach, his Ben Yakid. Shalom.